little book, Famine, Affluence and Morality, more than 4 decades after you first wrote it. It's now got a foreword by Bill and Melinda Gates, and they say the time for these ideas has finally arrived. I would put it to you that actually when you talk about the relations between rich and poor, things are as difficult, as challenging today as they were when you first wrote it.
I don't agree with that. I think we are making definite progress. You can see the progress in the fall in the number of people who are in extreme poverty, the number of people who go to bed hungry, the number of children who die before they reach their 5th birthday. That figure is less than half now what it was in 1990, although the population of the world has increased.
Yeah, but if I may interrupt at the very beginning, and I'm sorry to do it so early, isn't that because the world is a more prosperous place? And even if one looks at sub-Saharan Africa, there is a level of prosperity that is higher than it was 40 years ago. It's not because of your proposition that the rich, all of us in the comfortable rich world, should, as an individual obligation, give everything that we can to those in want, the poor. That's not happening.
No, that's not happening, but there are a number of very wealthy people who are giving a lot, and Bill and Melinda Gates and Warren Buffett are very good examples, who are not only giving, but giving intelligently so to have the biggest impact that they can. And there's also this emerging movement of effective altruism, of younger people without that much money, but who are making sure that they give really effectively. And that's contributing to the declines that I mentioned. I'm not denying, of course, that increasing prosperity has had a lot to do with it.
But if we go down to the foundations of your ideas, I think you would agree they are utilitarian. And the basis of them is that we, as individuals in human societies, owe it to ourselves and to the wider human collective to work towards, to pursue the greatest happiness of the greatest number. And you say that means that when it comes to relations between rich and poor, all of those who are in comfort should give everything, to the point where they themselves risk impoverishment to those in need in other parts of the world. You say that delivers the utilitarian principle of the greatest.
That would deliver the greatest good, yes, the greatest reduction of suffering, that's true. But although that might be theoretically the stopping point that we ought to go to, I'm also a realist. I know what the world is like. I know that people are not only moved by ideas. I know that people are influenced by their personal desires and those for their family and those close to them. So I'm prepared to accept that people are going to go some distance